Action.
What is poppin', y'all? I am the MC, MNG.
And I am Master Shino. What's up?
Yeah, and together we are Deep
Sector. Back on the scene once again with another tale from the deep.
Recognize, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah, the goodness, the milk and the honey, sweetness. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let them know. Share it with all the world.
Tell your friends. Don't be scared.
Tell the other universes and the universes inside those universes. And yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get the word around.
Y'all trying to come on, trying to be, a guest, hang out, anything, man. Let us know.
Yeah,
got any ideas for shows?
Join the journey. Join the journey.
Yes. It only goes deeper.
Exactly.
Barely begun to scratch the surface.
Exactly.
Zach, one low.
These are a couple flakes off the surface.
Some flakes. But flakes of the surface. Yeah, man. So
finish this doobie real quick.
No doubt. So we done some stuff in preparation for this one. So this one's kind of multiversal / movie review /
Yep.
Tales from the Deep.
Exactly. So we're giving you a review on what we just saw. We went and saw Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was...
Spoilers for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, and Doctor Strange, too.
Exactly. So be prepared. If you guys don't want spoilers, I guess, then just skip this fucking episode for now.
Come back afterwards.
Come back later. But... I hope you just still stick around. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of dude. I don't really care about spoilers. I'm gonna watch the movie anyway. You know what I'm saying? So,
no doubt. And I mean, there's not really well, for Everything Ever All at Once, it's not like it's like a huge thing that everybody's been waiting for that can't really be spoiled. But then also too with like Doctor Strange, it's not like there's too much in there that is like, groundbreaking. It's kind of a lot of it's
a lot of the same,
Doctor Strange,
more maximizing.
Yeah.
Like how I was saying about the first one. Like the first one was barely like touching, dipping your toes into the water, But now you're in the kiddie pool, They're bringing you into the kiddie pool and they're teaching you how to swim a little bit, with the new Doctor Strange, and because I'm all for the mystic arts, I've always been into mysticism and stuff like that. So like. Whenever Doctor Strange came out, the first one, I was like, dang, I'm so excited. And it was big. I felt like it was a big thing for our collective, as humanity, for us to be able to touch on this type of information and share this type of view with each other, of things. And now look at us, we're... Spirituality, mysticism, and all these different types of things are just a regular part of life, and now they're going deeper into multiversal action and dimensions and stuff like that. It's not like too crazy or nothing. Like it was dope as fuck, but it's interesting thoughts, interesting thought processes. Like I was saying earlier, it makes you wonder. Did you hit this?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if there's really people out there right now. Multiversal jumping,
Versing the verses.
Like straight up. Like you don't know. We don't know who's out there.
Definitely. It does open the mind up to a lot of different ideas and just concepts for sure. Like I was telling you, I really think it is a good idea to see them together, or at least, just to see them both. Because I'm good. But, just like I feel like they're very similar.
They definitely have a huge tie.
I mean, obviously they're based around the multiverse.
Yeah, but there's a lot of parallels. So it really gives you like, damn, this shit might be real. Like this movie said it. This movie said it. I mean, there were some things that were like almost the same. You're like, huh.
I know you definitely looked at me at the part because we talked about it before, but the whole idea of like, in Doctor Strange 2, spoiler, it brings it up how like, your dreams are essentially you looking into the lives of your multiversal self. Exactly,
in your alternate universes and shit like that. So,
yeah, it's wild.
I've always kind of thought that too. Or you're creating other universes from inside you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's interesting because I have dreams where like they're ongoing, right? Like it's a continuing story, like of dreams, and it's like I live other lives in these dreams on certain timelines, and like they'll have a certain feel. I have like a lot of the same people usually in the dreams, but it's just a different environment, different like lifestyle and everything. But it's an ongoing events of these dreams, and like I remember these dreams every time I go into them. I'm like, oh, I'm back in this one, you know. And that I don't know, that's always been interesting to me. Like I never really made sense of that. But if dreams are you experiencing your multiversal selves, that would actually give clarity on that experience for me. You know, because then that would make sense for me to have like pretty much living out my like another life in my dreams. You know, and it continues. You know, but it's not like I go to the same life every time. Like I said, I have a few different ones. They're like it's like a series. And they continue that series, and I like just flip through, you know, multiple ones, you know, while I'm sleeping. And it's weird.
No doubt. And I've always had like, you know, personally, I've always felt that, you know, dreams have some sort of, you know, lesson to them that, you know, you experience them for a reason. Like it has something to show you. And like, cause I've always come away from dreams, like feeling emotionally like taxed, you know, like if I was invested, you know, like it was me, like that was my happening. And then, you know, you get pulled out of the dream and then you have these feelings and stuff. I believe that's, you know, to help you, you know, to realize certain things and come to certain revelations through your dreams, through these experiences that you might not otherwise have had yet, or, you know, have the chance to experience, but you can experience them maybe through your multiversal selves. But, you know, it is an interesting thing, you know, to just like, because, yeah, it's wild. There's so many vast things I've experienced in my dreams that just change the way I view things. Like I woke up feeling different.
I feel like that ties into that. Like, have you heard the theory of dreams being just a simulation? So you like, it's just you simulating events and stuff like that.
You're just playing it out, scenarios?
For preparation.
I mean, because we've talked about it too. A lot of the stuff we see in our dreams are stuff that we do on a daily basis, or, you know, experience frequently, that we know very well, you know, that we just pull them into our dreams because it's on our mind, you know. And so it would be interesting, you know, for it just to be, you know, us. Because, I mean, a lot of people do say it's just your brain, you know, just going over excess stuff in your mind as it's, you know, shut down or in, you know, unconscious state. Yeah. But who knows? Maybe there's more to it.
Maybe it's all of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
maybe it's connected.
It could be all of it at once.
It's that while it's connecting to the frequencies of your... So, you know that our brains give off radio waves, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's all about that. You know, it's all frequency. It's all us plugging into that frequency that's just, you know, that we can plug into because it's us, you know?
Like I was telling you earlier, you know, about like how I have certain thought processes, or like at least now I feel like I have more of a stable thought process where I can collect from all of my experiences. But for a while I was going through a phase where I was like phasing through different waves of my experience. And on certain waves, I would be able to remember certain events. And then I wouldn't have access to other ones at times, you know? And like that could be like the similar thing of just like being on a certain wave, you know, and being able to...
Changing frequencies?
Yeah, exactly.
On a different channel.
Mm-hmm. And I've always read... I read books a lot, you know, and a lot of books, they say that you can tune your mind like that to where you could be like a radio station.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like... It's all perception, right? So, I mean, it's like kind of what you're open to, you know? So if you're like... I guess it's kind of like a... I don't know if this is a perfect example, but I guess it's like, you know, in my mind, just the base example, like a dish, right? So a dish, it can pick up certain frequencies, right? And if you just have like an antenna, right, it picks up less frequencies because it doesn't have that surface area to absorb that, you know? So it's kind of like the same thing. If you're not open to these certain teachings or ideas, you know, they're just not going to hit your radar. You know, they're just going to be blind to you because you're just not open to it. You don't have that understanding or perception of it yet.
So you talk about having a dish-like perception. So to get a better scope of things.
Yeah, as opposed to an antenna. I mean, it's not like
it's more well-rounded, I would say. You know, like you said, more surface area and it covers more. And like the idea of an antenna is just just straight one
receive and But yeah, and that's the same thing for a dish, right? You know, it's just it's a difference in kind of what you're open to. You know, the surface area technically, but just being more open to receiving more, or even giving out more as well.
So, because I'm trying to think of like. Well, in this book, they talk about there's a certain point, right, where you perceive reality through. And that's how you create your reality. Yeah. So, I forget what they call it. It's like the assemblage point or something like that. Like where everything assembles and you perceive through that. It's not like your vision. It's like thought to vision to experience to your reality and everything. So
like filters, kind of.
Yeah, there's it's like a lens, and you can move it around and into different areas, and it helps you be able to see things differently. But what if you can just make the lens like your whole field almost, and expand it to where it's your whole field, and you can tap your whole field instead of just certain parts, and
definitely
like have more like a dish like scope of things,
definitely,
rather than just a point that things come through.
Well, I think when you realize that everything's related, everything plays a part into one another, that nothing is really mutually exclusive, that you can be like that, you can break away from the keyhole and just open the door,
Straight up.
Because, one thing that really helped me in, I think it was like middle school or something, or like early high school, I had this idea, it was like middle high school, it was like maybe junior year or something. There was like a speaker or somebody that we were looking at, and he was talking about how we need to, essentially he brought up the idea that there is no box, That we like to think that, you got to think outside the box, but there is no box. That's just the whole limit itself. We were trying this whole time to think outside the box when in reality there is no box. So we're putting ourselves inside of a box just so we could think outside of a box.
Straight up, been moving backwards.
Yeah, there is no box in the first place.
It's just like the theory, like the thing of finding yourself. That's how I see it. It's like you didn't even have to find yourself. Like you are yourself, so you just had to be yourself and get to know yourself. That was the mission. You didn't have to go on this whole fucking sidetrack to find yourself and then go through all this bullshit and not knowing and identity crisis and stuff like this, to be you.
Exactly.
So we could quantum leap past that shit.
I think just a lot of people are confused, and they're just confused, which is hard. It's not, how do I say it? It's not like, it's not a big surprise. The shit's confusing. It's a mystery.
It's so complex. And
there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, I just keep noticing, as I get more into just figuring stuff out for myself, the complexities just grow. And it's I'm has it always been this complex? Or because I understand it simply as it is, but it's just there's so much details in everything. And I don't know, I think it just comes with age. As you age and get older, you kind of you've seen so much, so you're trying to see more and more, so you start seeing more and more. And you're like, whoa, there's so much, there's still a lot to it.
I kind of see it like a puzzle, As, older you get, the more experience you get is a puzzle piece. You know, and the more pieces you get, the more picture you understand. But I mean, then again, too, in that aspect, I feel like, I mean, that's just my perception as a young man. But seeing the older generation, you know, as they start to build their puzzle, you know, that's all it is. You know, the puzzle is all it is. Like what they've experienced and seen, that's the reality. You know, and I get that. Yeah, what you see and what you've experienced is, you know, it's what you've seen, experience. It's true, it happened. But that doesn't, I don't think it makes it like, I'm trying to break away from generalizations and everything. You know, and I feel like that is a generalization in and of itself. You know, going through experiences and seeing them how they are, yes, that's how you experience it and that's how it can be. But that's not how it always is going to be.
Yeah. And that's why I always say that. That's how it can be. Or it can be like this. I never say this is how it is anymore.
Yeah, it can be like that.
Yeah, like, oh, this should always happen. I don't do that. Like, oh, that could happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say instead of generalizing the whole experience as one thing. And we do have abilities to manifest, you know what I'm saying? I believe that there's forces beyond us, like, that help guide us to break us from that, but we do have certain powers to manifest our own experience as well, and we could trap ourselves and hold ourselves back without even knowing it due to I forget where I started with that. That was a mix.
We trap ourselves due to.
Just like your thoughts, your words, thinking stuff. That's how it always happens. You know what I'm saying? And only focusing on certain parts of your experience and getting trapped in that. You know, and that's why I always believe in, like, neutrality. You gotta be able to be neutral to things, or at least come back to a point of neutrality, because things are gonna change, always, inevitably. So you got to be able to be ready for that change. And the only time you can be ready from that change is when you're not caught up in some other bullshit, really. You know, so you got to be present. And we get sucked into life.
Just getting caught in the monotony.
Yeah.
You know, I really feel like that's one thing that Everything Ever All at Once is really, really trying to say. You know, that it's about being present. You know, that, yeah, I mean, in the movie and stuff, Evelyn can essentially, by the end of the movie, be able to tap in and drop in into any one of her realities at will, because she's existing throughout all reality at once, which is pretty wild. That'd be wild, you know? Like, because, yeah, how would you do that, you know? How would you live in every reality as one consciousness? You know, that'd be, yeah, there would be realities that'd be neglected. You know, so I mean, that's why you have to choose, you know, like we were talking about the power of choice, you know, it does come down to the power of choice. Like, our choices, you know, add up and they compound. And I truly believe that we are our choices, you know, like, I mean, what we say and stuff matters as well. But I feel like, you know, what we do at the end of the day, you know, is who we are. It's our character. And our actions really spell out who we are at the end of the day. And I mean, I really love the Four Agreements, because it talks about how, you know, in the end of the day, we are all selfish. At the end of the day, we're making choices based off of our own needs, our own understanding. But, you know, at the same way, you know, it's like, you know, choices are choices. You know, so you got to be mindful of what they do, because they affect down the line. You know, me making the choice just to hang out with this person instead of that person, you know, I don't know what it can do. You know, it could change the course forever. That other person might not like me anymore because of that, you know, because I made the simple choice to hang out with the other person instead of that. And, you know, people are different. The reality is different, you know, and every choice truly has an impact more than you can understand.
Have you seen the DC's League of Legends?
DC's League of Legends. The show?
Yeah.
No. It's like a live action, right?
Yeah, it's a live action. It's all about, like, time travel and stuff like that, and playing on reality and, you know, causing those type of temporal changes from the past, the future, all over the place, you know, and they're trying to not get like, because there comes a point to where this one dude, he gets so much power, he's like immortal, and he's gonna destroy all the multiverses, and they're trying to stop him. They're all time traveling. And this one dude is a time master, and it's some interesting stuff in there. They have some some good insights, and I've been watching that a little bit.
Is it Legends of Tomorrow?
Maybe it is Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's DC something Legends.
For sure. They're like a bunch of like young heroes, right?
Yeah, and they're like they're based off of DC, characters and stuff, but kind of just
For sure.
a little like there's a new Green Arrow, there's a different Firestorm.
Interesting. Yeah, I think it might be Legends of Tomorrow.
I think it is Legends of Tomorrow.
That's tight though. Yeah, I mean, and stuff like that. Your choices really do matter.
Yeah.
I feel like that's real. And they add up. And I like how
Kind of went off topic, my bad.
Oh, yeah, no. But it's true, man. I mean, that's why I like how the movie highlights it. Like how Evelyn, essentially she could have been, all these different things. I mean, and anybody can be anything they want to be. At any given moment, you can course correct. Not to say you're on any bad course, but, you can course correct and change to any reality you want at any given moment. It's just what you want and how you want to pursue it. And
that's what I think is the idea of manifestation. Is choosing the reality you want, working for that, and achieving and making that happen. And because we can do that, you feel me? It just depends on you and your understanding and how far you're willing to go to get it.
Definitely.
If you want to go the distance to get it, you gotta go all the way. So it's just one of those things. But yeah, it's something I've noticed too since I was a little kid, just like how things affect down the line. So I've always been really particular with certain things, especially with people, my experiences, because I don't want certain things to happen or to even bring about certain things in someone else, And I just like to be mindful of all that because there's really a lot going on all the time.
Really?
So.
Yeah, man. It's just good to be, have perception, be perceptive, and just, know your surroundings, know who you're around.
That's also why I read so much. Because that gives you more perception. You start to get into the minds of characters and stuff like that, and you start seeing how other people think, and experience things, their lives and stuff. And I think that's a good help that we could all, have in our lives, just to read something that we like, to help us think a little different. Or even listen to like a talk show or some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a podcast, an interview.
Yeah, something educational. Motivational.
I love documentaries.
Documentaries are dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I watch a lot of podcasts too.
There's options. In this day and age, there's options.
There's so much out there. Like
audiobooks.
If you don't want to learn, it's just because you just don't want. If you're not learning, you just don't want to learn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that's really what it is.
Yeah, and we were talking about that too. How like, I don't know if it is systemic. This idea of the idea of wanting to kill the love of education in young adults, but as we talked about it before with like Katie and stuff, like the reality of the, I guess, disproportionate spending in school districts, or the, money that is given, it's disproportionate, or at least what comes down to the kids, at least, and what gets used in the schools is disproportionate from, at least from what I've seen, inner city to, suburb.
Yeah. I mean, it usually goes to like higher grading, better grades and stuff like that. And they get paid better.
And so, I mean, I get that too. It is all about testing. And that's what's crazy too. We're not, Ice Cube had a bar, fuck school, They ain't trying to educate me. All they care about is what I memorized lately. And it's real, you know, like if you can show up to a test and you know how to test, right? And you're good at testing, you can smash through that test without even being knowledgeable or literate on the actual subject matter. If you just know how to test, you know, and I mean,
especially multiple choice.
Yeah, you know, it's B or C's, you know, more than likely the guy, and you know, it's like, it's, you know, it's, I don't know, but it's wild, you know, and I mean, like back to my main point, it's like, you know, because we know, you know, race, power, it's been things in play for a long time. And, you know, there's been a lot of things and decisions made that have been made because of that. Because, you know, people in power want to stay in power. People with money want to keep their money. So, you know, was it, you know, part of their plan as well to, you know, uneducate lower income people at the same time killing their, you know, spirit or passion to want to learn, you know, by, you know, having institutions that are less than, that are inadequate, that don't, you know, challenge people and want them to learn, you know?
Yeah, and teachers that get paid less and stuff like that. So they have poor education at that because the teachers don't want it. They barely have the motivation to work for that much money. You
right.
know?
They have to come out of pocket for a lot of stuff themselves. You know, yeah, it's a broken system, you know, and it should be looked at more closely and, you know, held in higher regard. Because, you know, this is the future that we're teaching and training.
For sure. Yeah, I that's my only issue nowadays is the education, too. And the systems in general. Systems are just...
They're outdated.
Yeah.
A lot of them are super outdated.
Yeah, bro. They're so fucked up.
A lot of Band-Aids and shit on...
Especially the
expired shit.
Judicial system.
Yeah, man, all of it. It's, I mean, like, we've talked about it before. It'd be cool if the government or states had their own committees or, you know, panels that reevaluated laws after, you know, 5-10 years just to, you know, and then they, after their decision, they send it to the, you know, the polls, to the voting, you know, and then we get to decide if we actually want to keep it. Because, you know, like, yeah, there's laws that are still in there from the 1700s that are just ridiculous, you know, that are stupid. And, you know, there's still laws. You could still, technically, if a cop wanted to hold you for that, they could do that.
Mm-hmm. Just because he was feeling some type of way or just having a bad day.
He knew that law, so he was going to hold your ass to it, you know, and it's wild. And that's what's crazy, too, because, like, a lot of these laws are, you know, back to the point, made in times where, you know, certain people were in power and they wanted to keep that power and they wanted to keep others out of their way from, you know, getting that power. And yeah, it's just wild. So that, you know, that a lot of these systems are just so outdated. You know, they're so, yeah, they're old school and they're just not, they're not made for today's, you know, society.
Yeah, we need some refinement in the system.
A lot of it. But, you know, that's
some refinement in her system.
Just
like systematically go that way. Off the table.
Someday.
She's like, whatever. Yeah. Go eat. Yeah. See.
TLC. You want to take the shot?
What is TLC?
Tender love and care.
Tender love and care.
Yeah,
I was thinking tables, ladders, chairs.
That's the other end of the spectrum. It goes tender love and care and table, ladder, and chair.
Yeah.
It's another form of TLC.
It was also a TV channel.
Yeah, and a music group. TLCs, I guess, are widely used.
Seems like
give it a wiggle, a jiggle and a wiggle. Yeah. Or, you know, if you guys have seen that Doc Stranger, that shit's wicked. I love how Wanda just like fucking shows up and wrecks shop on everybody.
Yeah, she's sort of just destroying shit. I was like, what? I did not expect that. He's like, wait, so let me get this. The chick that you went to ask for help for me is the one that's trying to kill me. He's like, yes. It's like, damn. Like, nobody expected that, you know?
Yeah, that was a great little point. And yeah, honestly, it's great too if you like, you know, if you're actually like watching and stuff too, you see it, you know, because like, God damn it, kitty.
All right.
But like you see it, you know, because like you hear him, they're talking, and then out of nowhere, you know, she brings up her name without him saying nothing, and then, you know, and she's like, "You didn't tell me her name, did you?" And it's good, bro. It's good.
I did not see that part. I must have missed her saying that.
Yeah, it was good because they were talking, you know, at first, and she says her name without him even telling her, right? And then, you know, he kind of just like looks at her, and then she keeps talking, and she's like, "You didn't say her name, did you?" She's like, "No, I didn't." It's good, you know, but yeah, it's.
And then she's like, yeah, well. Well,
I love how like it's because this is my second time seeing it this time, and you know, it's interesting just rewatching it, and like when he shows up too, he's like, huh. Like, cause he smells the like apple trees and stuff. He's like, apples? He's like, yeah, they're gonna be. He's like, huh, it smells real. And he's like, they are real, you know. And obviously, I bet you he can see it because you know he's obviously has sorcerer supreme powers and shit. But you know, he can probably sees through the illusion, you know, that it's just like a bunch of dead trees and shit. But yeah,
she had some crazy powers, man. She was doing some other shit.
Yeah, she was.
And then she destroyed it at the
people
end.
up.
I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, well, she had a good heart. To destroy it at the end.
The only one that could beat her was herself.
For real, though.
Let's take this.
Doctor Strange, he couldn't beat her. That chick couldn't beat her. She was knocking her into other universes. Like,
oh shit, man! To the infinite frontier
and beyond.
And beyond. See, it's the thing that blows my mind. I guess about the multiverse, or just you know the idea in general of other realities outside of our own, is like we can't even fathom like the infiniteness of our own galaxy, right? You know, like it's just it's endless, seemingly. So I mean, it's just crazy to imagine that there's like an infinite amount of seemingly endless voids, you know?
I know.
And like, what the fuck would hold that? Like, what's big enough, you know? Like, and that's why I truly feel.
What the fuck would hold that?
You know, we're on like, we have to be on like a micro scale, you know? We have to be like microscopic, like what, I was thinking about this, right? So like, we have microscopes to see microscopic stuff, right? What about like a macroscope? You know, to see things bigger than us. Because like, what if we are essentially like atoms? Like what an atom is to us, what we could be to, you know, something else. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I really believe that. That's what I was actually going to say too. Is that freaking like we're probably just like atoms or cells in an organism, or less than that even.
Yeah, maybe we're like smaller than cells and shit. You know, like who knows, man? Who knows? But it is wild, you know, because if we are inside of a multiverse, right? So we are one dimension in a sea of others. Then yeah, we'd have to be microscopic, or at least, you know, on a scale where it's smaller than for us to all exist in a confined space or wherever that would be. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I couldn't see it any other way.
Yeah. Because, I mean, unless we are just giant ass huge things, and even a huger, but even then it's the same thing, right? You know?
Still, yeah, like there's no other way around it. There's just, I've always seen it like it's like living beings. Everything's all living. You know, the planet, the galaxies, the universe, and it's its own organism. And like even the universe at that, you know, what's that inside?
We're like the cells of the universe.
Even the universe might even be like a cell in a part of a fucking giant organism.
Right.
We're even smaller than that. We're like the protons or something, bro.
Yeah, like,
neutrons.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It is wild, man. It's interesting concepts.
The world may never know.
Never. Or did we just tell you? Like,
how many looks to the center of a tootsie ball? The world may never know.
how many portals to the center of reality? That's the new one. We should do a commercial just for Deep Sector. It's like, how many portals does it take to get to the center of reality? Like, the world may never know.
The world may never know.
Unless you watch Tales from the Deep every Thursday at 3:33.
Wait, you drop it every Thursday at 3:33.
3:33.
Damn, you're already ahead of the game.
Well, so like I schedule it for Thursday 3:30, but it has like a 3-minute intro of like the YouTube intro thing, and then it cuts over to us. So yeah. 3:33.
Natural. It was meant to be.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I first like started uploading the videos, it let me do it exactly at 3:33, like it dropped then. But for now, like now it only lets me do like 5s and full. So like 30, 35, 40. So like now, yeah, I just do 30 and then do a 3-minute quick little intro and then cuts into us. Works out.
Yeah, we doing it. We doing it. We doing it. We doing it now. Doing it. We doing it. We doing it now. Can't copyright that, bitch. That shit was my voice. You heard me?
You heard me? Like I heard. I really do like Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. I think I just had some misconceptions,
About what?
Well, so, I first heard about this movie like 4 years ago now, right? Like when it was first like thrown up on like, the whole like timeline thing they do for Marvel. And, I don't know, I had some big hopes, and I think I just had really a lot of super hopes, but then again, the story can only go so far, right?
Yeah.
But for what it is, I think it's really good. It's action packed. It may not be like a lot of actual like story, but it is a lot of like spectacle and interesting stuff that truly is different. Stuff that I haven't seen before, I guess. But it was cool though. I like the whole multiverse stuff, and it was good.
Wonder where they take it next, because they're definitely gonna continue it. It looks like so.
Yeah.
She just ripped that freaking fabric open and was like, "Yo, you're coming with me. Are you scared?" He's like,
it was great.
"Oh no." He didn't even say nothing. He's got his cape on and was like, "Let's go."
His cape on, third eye open and shit. Let's go.
Straight up. I was like, "Damn, all right, bro, all right." I was ready.
See, that makes me wonder though, right? So, okay, in the comics, that chick, her name's Clea. She is the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Dimension.
Really?
Yeah. So in the movie, and she's like the niece of Dormammu or whatever and some other shit. But like in the movie, right, you see her like cut it open and it's to the Dark Dimension. And then she was telling him that he caused an incursion and he needs to come help her, right? So it just makes me wonder then. I wonder if like, I don't know, I just wonder. Because I know in like the first movie, right, the ancient one, she pulled her magic from the Dark Dimension in order to sustain herself for centuries or whatever. So I wonder if like part of maybe Doctor Strange using the Darkhold to like, Dreamcast or whatever, Dreamwalk. I wonder if that was like him pulling from the Dark Dimension or something, or if some way he caused an incursion.
Some type of tie to the Dark Dimension?
Something. Yeah, something. Because she said he caused an incursion, which essentially is for them two universes colliding. So I mean, and typically how they were explaining it, it's usually when like somebody like comes from a different dimension. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe it was because he went over to the other dimension and killed that other Doctor Strange, or that other universe. Remember? So
yeah, maybe.
Maybe he caused an incursion that way, some type of way.
Who knows?
So that one was like torn apart,
See,
and he had his third eye open.
That was already being incursioned.
Yeah, there was already incursion on that one. So maybe his like engagement with that universe might have like brought some type of tie to his universe and brought it and caused an incursion that way because that universe is already disrupted in a way. So
I'm kind of wondering what if it was tied to like the first movie?
Well, because they were saying, right? They all had them in prison. They're like, "Well, we don't know what you brought from your universe. What type of radioactive waves or whatever that we might not be able to cure or handle in this universe." So he could have went to that other universe that was all damaged and everything, and then that impacted and changed his energy or something like that. And maybe it could have been a Darkhold in general too, because he had the third eye after the fact and everything. He's like, it takes a taxing toll on its reader, and yeah, it's probably a whole mix, I'm sure, but I don't know.
Definitely, it is interesting. Makes you think.
Yeah, it does make you think.
Something I was talking to Memo about. It's like Wanda, how she has like that little tiara and shit. So like, I wonder if she has like a third eye under there.
Right.
She just covers hers up.
So she don't look all crazy.
Yeah, she's like these really dark bags in her eyes and black fingers are really doing it already. I don't think I need a third eye just popping out.
Right? Yeah, she's trying to just be cool. Yeah, that was crazy though. I was like, damn, bro, he really had that. Because he was like, yeah, it's a taxing toll on its reader.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And then when it popped up on Strange from the regular universe, I was like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, she was good.
I wonder how he felt about that.
And I wonder if he like sees things differently now. If he like has like a, because you remember how in the beginning, when that creature was there, nobody could see it, and then he like did that spell, and then like a fog disappeared, and now he can see it. I wonder if now like things like that, he can just see dark things rather than having to cast a spell too.
That'd be interesting.
It must be something like that.
Or see into multiverses or like into different universes just by his eye.
What if it is like that? Because maybe because him doing that spell, the dream walking, But I mean, the other Strange had it too, right? I wonder if
he said he used to dream walk but he used to be like in the universe, and he would push them off like the fucking roofs.
I think he was talking about like absorbing them, like he absorbed them. So like in the What If series, there's a Doctor Strange who does the same thing pretty much he does, but it's essentially so he can save Christine from dying. Because you know how Doctor Strange gets in the car wreck, right? Essentially, in that universe, Christine was always with him for whatever caused him to get his hands messed up. So essentially, she always died when he becomes Doctor Strange. In order for him to become Doctor Strange in that universe, so then he tries to reverse that, but he can't. But he tries to like absorb every demon and stuff, and so that's why it's interesting. Like when they all talk about like absorbing America, that's essentially what that Doctor Strange did. So I wonder if that's what he was talking about, like. When people talking about, you ever had that dream just falling? It's him just like sucking them in to like the black hole or whatever. I don't know. But into himself. But
that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. Maybe that is his, that was the Doctor Strange then.
That's what people were saying. But in that one though, it's different. Because like essentially his whole universe collapses down to like a room that he was able to save. That's kind of what it was. Yeah, but it was worse than that. I think it was similar, but I don't think it was the same guy. Because that other one was he became like one of the Guardians of the Multiverse, and it was a little different. It could have been the same guy, but
that guy died, so
Yeah.
he ain't nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Unless he just so happens to have survived and pops up in one of the next ones or something.
I do think some of the people kind of died really easy. Like, especially him, you know?
Yeah, he died pretty quick.
Just hitting the fence.
Yeah, Doctor Strange made quick work of him.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck?
Even like, what was it, Captain Marvel? How, like, you know, she just brought down the statue on her. I don't know. I was thinking about it the whole time. Like, when she was fighting her with Wanda, it kind of seemed like maybe she was, like, sucking her powers out of her or something, or taking her powers away as, like, you know, her armor was coming down and stuff. But maybe that was just her armor. But either way, yeah, I don't know. Because she's a lot stronger than that. I don't see a statue just smashing her like a bug. You know what I mean? Like, this chick smashes through walls and shit. And I don't think it's just when she has her powers on. You know?
Yeah, I thought the most interesting death was that one dude who had this like supersonic powers with his mouth. She like took his mouth away.
Yeah.
And he made a noise and he blew up his head almost. I was like, damn, that was gruesome. Wow.
Yeah, she was wicked.
Yeah. Straight up.
I know. She's like, what mouth? And then he all tries to say something. Yeah, blows his head off.
Yeah, y'all freaked out, bro. I seen that. I was like, oh, shit.
That shit is crazy, though, too. Like, because they're all like, you know, the biggest threat is you, Doctor Strange. It's like, And then she shows up, fucking just wipes him out. It's like, yeah, he was the biggest threat.
Yeah, straight up, though. She did made quick work of that whole fucking regime.
Yeah. Just toppled.
They're like, oh, we'll handle your witch.
Yeah. Like, who? Who here's going to handle the witch?
Mordo? He got beat up by Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange couldn't handle the witch.
Yeah, that's funny. Only the witch can handle the witch.
I thought it was funny. He was like, I know the mortal in my universe hated me, so I bet you kind of hated me in this universe too.
I thought that was great.
And he got all mad. He didn't say anything. He was just mad, and he put out his sword, came at him. I was like, "Yep, he's mad." He knew it was true. He definitely hated him.
I know. He didn't have to say a word.
Nope. Like I thought it was weird whenever he was like, "Brother." And I was like, what? Okay, it's a different universe, I guess.
Go on, Red.
They were cool, and then the T hit. I was like, oh yeah, see, there it goes. I knew it. There was something.
I know the T hit. Y'all try to stand up. I was like,
whoa, what was in that tea?
Yeah, it's a good movie. I recommend. I'm really excited for that Thor, man. Looks good too.
Yeah, that Thor looked good. I want to see the Avatar too. That one looked pretty good too.
Way of the Water.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, Way of the Water, huh?
Yeah, that looks interesting.
Any of the other movies you watched lately?
I mean, new. Well, actually, so you ever heard of Shanghai Nights or Shanghai Noon?
Sounds familiar.
It's with Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson, and it's kind of like Wild West, but
I think so.
You know, Jackie Chan's from China, so he's like an imperial knight and shit, and it's interesting. Yeah, I recommend it.
Is it new or older?
It's older. It's like 90s, early 2000. Yeah, they're really good. You know, it's interesting stuff because I
think I've heard of it.
Yeah, they're comedies, and it's really good. I like them. But I was watching Shanghai Noon the other day, which is the first one, and it's pretty tight. I recommend it. It's cool just because it's comedy, but they make fun of a lot of essentially the dude's Jackie Chan's character's name Chong Wang, but Owen Wilson thinks his name is John Wayne, and yeah, it is interesting, and Yeah, it's really good because like he goes there and like his first day he like meets with like the natives and they like take him to like a party and then like they give him the pipe and shit. And he's all hitting the pipe and then he ends up like waking up with like the chief's daughter and then becomes his wife and yeah, it's it's really good. It's funny stuff.
I might have seen it like a while back. It kind of sounds familiar.
Yeah.
That sounds funny as fuck. Yeah, I've been watching a couple shows and stuff like that. Like I said, what was that one I just said earlier? Legends of Tomorrow or League of Legends?
Yeah, DC.
Something like that. DC, okay. That was good. I also started watching The Wu Assassin. It's on Netflix.
What's that about?
So, this guy is like, he's like it's like about reincarnation kind of. And there's these warriors or whatever. They're called the Wu, and they have like magic. They use like the elements: fire, water, earth, and metal and wood to freaking like manipulate things, and they could do crazy stuff with it. With that power of the elements. And this guy is pretty much the protector. He assassinates these people because these people are bad people and they bring evil into the world. So it's pretty much.
It's like animated or
no? It's live action. Yeah, it's pretty good.
But it's like
it's a show.
It's like old times or like
no, it's newer.
Yeah.
I think it's from like 2019. I think.
What I mean, like, what about like the story itself? Though that's like when it takes place in 2019, or is it like
no,
old
like
times?
modern times. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's an interesting show. I like it. I thought it was really good. He gets imbued with the freaking power of like 1,000 monks. That's like in this. I don't know. It's like a little disc. She hands him this disc, and he just. Because he almost dies.
He just holds it?
Well, yeah, she hands him it, he holds it, and he just, it absorbs into him. And I was like, dang, that sounds tight. And they protect him. So he, whenever the Wu are trying to find him, he'll look like a monk. His whole look changes, and they see him as a monk, even though he's himself. And that's how they protect him.
It's like technology and stuff?
It's not even. No, it's more like a spirit thing.
Interesting.
So I've talked about, I think maybe on the podcast once. One time when I was freaking like years ago, first started getting into spirituality, reincarnation, and all stuff like that. And I swear I looked in the mirror and I seen myself with a different face. And like a Chinese face. Like I had an old Chinese man face. And I was like, what the fuck? And I've had a couple other experiences that were I felt like were me from another life or something like that, Coming in contact with myself or showing myself something. And I that's what it reminded me of, is that type of experience. I was like, man, it's really cool that they're showing stuff like that. These, because I've experienced this shit, like real shit, I've seen it and it blew my mind. But yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy to me. But I don't know. It makes you think. I've always wondered about reincarnation and past lives and all that. So, I'm working on this life, so I'm not really trying to worry about that too much.
No doubt. Yeah, this one definitely needs a little more attention.
Yeah, this is where I'm at right now,
Yeah, it's the prime.
Fucking jumbling tower.
In the middle of the jumbling tower.
Yeah. Look at this. This is an interesting setup down there. Look at that base.
Huh? It's not too bad yet, but
Four down. You see that? Oh,
we're getting there. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I guess we should make that one in the middle the same, huh?
Yeah. Damn, you messed it up already.
It's all good. Drop your brick.
I lay in my brick.
Man.
I have a like a metaphor, or
What's that?
it's like my life is just a brick in the castle of creation, you know. So I'm just laying my brick with my life, just one single brick.
Castle of creation.
Yeah,
That's pretty tight. I like that.
the creation of my life is just a single brick. And me living it out and, you know, playing it out is me laying that brick.
Interesting. Well, it's your turn, though, whenever I get a chance.
Yeah. Is it?
It happens to be.
This seems to be my turn on a lot of things right now.
Well, you know,
On this pipe.
figure it out.
The fucking Jenga.
The shot glass.
Shot glass.
It's been a good day. It was pretty cool. I like seeing those movies. That was great. I really like them, especially Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Thanks for taking me, bro. That was what's up.
Of course, bro.
You hooked it up.
I like the Alamo. The Alamo's a good spot.
Not fucking one police should just be coming out right there.
Yeah, I know. It should be. In a perfect world.
It's a great song by K. Reno, by the way. Perfect World.
I don't think I've heard that one.
It's great. But damn, I got this weird ass freaking phlegm or something in my throat. I've been feeling it.
Phlegm.
Yeah, I've been feeling it since the fucking movie started.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, I was like, I wasn't trying to be all loud and obnoxious, you know? Like, I was like,
Yeah, and I get that. Especially, like, you know, the Alamo, too.
they're pretty uptight over there. I was like, they had those fucking,
the video.
the little videos, and they're all talking shit to you. Like, you better not have your phone out. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
They're trying to be comedic or whatever, but I was like, this is...
They're leveling threats.
Yeah, for real. That freaking, the Asian woman was like, kung fu hitting us. I was like...
Yeah, I like there was one, it had like Jeff Goldblum, and it was like, he was like a financial consultant, and like, he's like, so what do we do if there's talkers? Like, we have Sheila. Essentially, it was like a person, like a T-Rex costume, but like, you know, they were acting like, you know, it's like, and if you're texting, and then like someone gets like dragged into their seat, and then like shows them get dragged away by the T-Rex, and it's like, yeah, we'll like, don't make us get Sheila.
Don't make us get Sheila. You seen that?
You know, though, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
I respect that. Sorry, I was trying to jumble the tower. Didn't work.
Better not. Yeah.
Like, da-da-da.
To new heights.
Yes. To no box. On that vein, then, of no box.
Yeah, I was about to ask you.
What if there was no box? You know, for the universe.
Oh, I just went.
Did you?
I did.
Okay. You know what I mean? Like, what if, like, essentially, what if it wasn't different universes? What if it was just different sectors? You know what I mean? That infinity is just so huge that it's just different, you know, sectors. But after a while, it just starts to repeat itself.
In different ways.
Yeah. You know, and it's not exactly, you know, like humans. Like me.
Like that one universe of from anywhere or everywhere, everything everywhere all at once.
What is it?
It was like Yeah, with the hot dog.
Hot dog fingers.
The only difference is they had hot dog fingers. So, like.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
It could be like that, just like one little subtlety that's different in just that universe.
Mm-hmm. Like, what if like a different galaxy? You know what I mean? Is what I mean essentially. Like the next galaxy over has an Angelo and Isaac, but they're like fish people. They're cat people. They're Lyrians. You know what I mean?
But they look like us and they kind of act like us in a way. That'd be kind of crazy. Maybe. You never know. You gotta. I'll try to see.
I'd like to meet Larry and Angelo. Larry and Lowe.
He'll be waiting for me at the Starship.
Low Longmane.
Low Longmane. It's not long name. It's long mane.
Shaky. It's starting to get a little jumbly.
It's a jumbling tower.
Da da da. Environmental hazards just jumping through. Yeah, man.
She's freaking reckless. She all comes up on you like, hey, go away. You're bad. You're almost as bad as Olympus right now. Olympus is being better than you. You hear me in there silent? Love it. Good job, Olympus.
Keep it up.
Yeah, keep that word going. Keep it going.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, bro. What was that?
It was a slight tap. It was a structural integrity test.
Drunk?
No. I don't know what that one is. What?
Pulled it out.
Spooky. Big spooky.
Crazy.
Sorry.
What's the most challenging part of life so far?
The most challenging part of life so far. I mean, you try to get better at it. And I mean, I always am trying to get better at it. But, I guess just adapting to the change. The random change that just, comes out of nowhere. And I mean, that includes, like, car stuff, family deaths. It's all in there. But, it's part of life. But yeah, man, random change is real. And it's hard,
Yeah, like this random change right here is kind of hard.
Similar, yes, very similar. But, I mean, otherwise, it's all about adapting and, overcoming, learning from the situation. I mean, you're not going to know everything first time going through. It's a learning experience.
I've been telling people, or at least especially myself, this lately. Like, you can learn a lot as long as if you pay attention, Like, if you look at life with lessons and pay attention, you could definitely pick up a lot from that.
No doubt.
So that's one thing I've just been working on, focusing my attention to is just my lessons so I can grow as much as possible. Things are going to happen.
Yeah. There's always more to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know everything. The puzzle's never complete.
Never. This guy's about to knock it down with his shaking the table. He's like, ooh, earthquake. Wah! I forget. It's hard for me to do that one. Yes, Slipknot. Wah!
Is it Slipknot? No, is this?
It's someone.
I forget who it is.
It's someone.
It's the song is though it's what's the song? Down with the Sickness, right?
Yeah, that's fucking.
I don't think it's Slipknot.
No, it's not. It's that one group, Shine Down.
Is it Shine Down? I knew it had something down. I was gonna say System of a Down, but I knew it was not System of a Down.
It might be.
I don't think so. It's someone else.
It's either them or Shine Down.
It might be Shine Down. You guys know? I'm sure you know.
Are we
butchering?
That, I can never do that freaking.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, see, he could do it. Oh, wow. I guess I had to actually do it.
It's a weird one. You gotta like hit it. It's like on the back and like your mucus area. It's like oh, wow. It's like the back of your throat.
Wow.
You can do like the.
So it's like kind of in the same area.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, similar.
I kind of hit it there. Oh, wow.
That's kind of
sound like a fucking sheep.
Yeah, sheepish. Goat like.
Yeah.
Like the goats know what he's saying.
Yeah, you already know. Goat talk over here.
Goat talk. Is it my turn or is it your turn?
I think it's my turn, actually.
Okay. Yeah, goat talk. Goat chat with Shenlo.
Have you heard of that?
Was that a real thing?
Goat talks.
Goat talks.
It's kind of like just a phrase or something that's kind of going around now. Like their songs, people are saying like, calling their songs goat talk with, dudes that are kind of doing it for a while,
Interesting. I see it. That's interesting though. Never heard of it before, no.
Goat talk.
Goat talk. So you're saying this is goat talk, Lo?
Yeah, dude, we're in that
this is goat talk here?
We're in that bracket. Goat talk.
Bad.
Oh, bad to the bone. Isn't that like a fucking commercial or something?
Probably.
I forget where I seen that, but it was like a sheep or something. And he's like, I'm bad to the bone or something. Bad.
I believe it. Sounds like a pillow commercial or something.
It does sound like a pillow commercial or something. This is a tough one now.
Yeah, it's getting there. We're getting
some
in the upper echelon.
Some of them won't even move, bro. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, they are. They're wedged.
Deep.
They're set for life. That's where they'll jumble from there. For the duration of this tower, they will stay.
Exactly. Look, see, there's a multiverse where this already fell. There's a universe where this already fell. It's crazy to think. But in this universe, we're still building.
Indeed. That's where we fall. That's our timeline right now.
Yes. Get it, Isaac. Find it. Find it. I feel like people think this is a competition with this game, but I don't think it's a competition thing.
No, it's a team effort.
I really think that. I really believe it's like we're working together to build this shit up. But everyone's like, I'm gonna freaking build it up the most, and you're gonna make it fall, bro. Like
you're gonna destroy what I'm building here.
Like that's the anticipation. And you're like, I really don't think that's what the game is about. Same with life,
Yeah,
we're all building here.
It's not a race; it's a marathon.
Straight up.
Voodoo. Witchcraft. Oh, we got a brujo over here.
Nah. Doctor Strange. Every time I watch Doctor Strange, I'm like, super mystic mode. I'm bad to the bone.
Yeah, this one is like not common.
No, you gotta hit it right. You gotta push against it and pull it
flicks.
out. Push against and pull away. Not like that, bro. I don't know about that. You can find another one and leave that one for me. I'll get it.
Yeah, you got that, bro. I'll tell you.
I'll get that too. I'll get those too. Oh.
Well, there you have it. The tower's jumbled.
Fucking Isaac, man. Come on, bro. We just came to the conclusion.
Hey, maybe that's how you win the game.
That we were winning.
I don't know. Maybe that's how you win the game. Maybe the first person to jumble.
There is no winning in this game. Like,
victory. I jumbled it.
I was wondering, is there a way to beat this shit? I don't think so. It's like life, bro.
I don't know. Yeah,
Jenga.
you can beat life. Just kidding.
You can't beat life. You cannot. You can't beat life. No. You could beat the life out of someone, but you can't beat life. Okay.
I don't know. I've heard some stories. That's good.
Is that so?
No, beating life. I guess that'd be cheating death. Is that how you beat life? How do you beat life?
The heart beats life.
The heart beats life.
Uh-oh.
So to beat life,
You gotta be the heart.
I think we're getting somewhere.
I think so. It's like us the other day. We were in the heart of the Rockies. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was just last week, huh?
Maybe that's what. Maybe we were beating life.
Maybe. We're winning.
Craziness.
That was fun. Yeah, I like that hike. Actually, I'll check that episode out. Episode
86.
86.
Yeah. Don't get 86.
Excuse me.
You know that term?
Yeah, 86th.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be 86th, but view 86.
Yes. Straight up.
Yes.
Where's that other one?
Precisely. Miss one? Right here. Boop. Pop bomb. Alrighty. Well, I think that might do it. It's been fun, Lo.
It's been fun, bro. Great day. Great episode.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been a fun day. Yeah, good game. Nice stack in there, Lo.
Thank you,
Next
brother.
time maybe we'll actually stack it. We'll save the tower from jumbling.
Yeah, we'll stack it as high as possible.
All right, y'all.
We're going to get that one day.
Someday. Y'all be here to see it first.
Like, share, subscribe.
You already know.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
With another tale from the deep.
Peace and love, y'all.
Yeah. Until next time.